Hey guys, this is T2 Asia 4V. In this video, after the massage, I work out at the full-scale gym JP Fitness, go for another massage, drink a dark beer, and talk about my impressions of Laos. The 5th day in Vientiane. It's 9:05 a.m. I have breakfast on the first floor of the hotel. I ordered scrambled eggs today. An old man who looks like the hotel manager asked me, "Are you staying until today?" I was planning to check out today, but I told him that I decided to extend my stay for another 3 nights. The old man is about 70 years old, he's a little hunched. However, he speaks English more fluently than any other staff member at this hotel, so it's easy to communicate with him. I paid the hotel reception for the 2 nights accommodation fee and laundry fee. I also asked about room cleaning and was told that they wouldn't come into my room to clean it unless I left the key at the counter. Now, I'm going to get on my motorbike. This motorbike is a rental until today. I go to the motorbike rental shop to extend my motorbike rental. I was able to extend my motorbike rental without any problems. Now I can continue riding my motorbike. The time is 12:36 p.m. I arrived at a certain hotel. I asked the hotel staff, "Is there a masseuse?" The staff said that there were 3 masseuses at the moment. The price was 695,000 kip. I understood, so I decided to have them call a masseuse. After waiting for a while, one masseuse arrived. It was early, so there was only one masseuse. So, I only had one choice. This masseuse seemed to be a little different from the previous ones. She was wearing a bodycon-like outfit and was flashy. She had heavy makeup on her face and false eyelashes, and her face was a little ugly. Her body was not what you would call slim. She was normal, or maybe a little chubby. To be honest, I wanted to give up on the massage here and just turn back. However, it seems that this masseuse probably took the time to change clothes and put on makeup before coming to see me. She also seems very charming. She smiles and talks to me. I feel bad about turning back like this. After thinking about it for a while, maybe about 10 seconds though, I decided to let her give me a massage. I pay for the massage. I paid 700,000 kip and didn't get 5,000 kip in change. I entered the massage room. The masseuse is 25 years old, she has white skin, and she is very friendly, but she is a little chubby around the belly. But strangely, her arms are thin, and her face is a little ugly. The masseuse says, "You weren't going to play with me, were you?" It seems she knew what I was thinking. I made an excuse, saying, "I thought there might be other masseuses." The masseuse then replied, "There are others, but their quality is lower than mine." I was able to communicate well with her through a translation app. It's been a long time since I've met a masseuse with whom I could communicate so well. It's nice. I took a shower with the masseuse. She washed my body. It's been a long time since I've done something like this. It's so relaxing. I decided to go cave exploring with her. The masseuse went through the basics of cave exploring. First, she massaged me by sticking the ladybug I keep on my chest with the suction cups of her pet octopus. Then, she massaged me by polishing my cave exploring sword with the suction cups of her pet octopus. After that, we rode on a raging horse and continued our cave exploration. Then, we changed positions for the cave exploration, just like when we get off our horses and ride a seesaw at the park. I held my sword in the correct position and continued exploring the cave. I explored the cave diligently for a while, but I still couldn't see the exit. I'm tired. It seems that the quality of the masseuse must have had an effect after all. I couldn't reach the exit of the cave and I was completely exhausted, but the masseuse was very healing for me mentally. So I was fairly satisfied with this cave exploration. I decided to leave the room. It's been a while since I've had such a hospitable massage. It's been a while since I've filled up my bike with gas. I'm starting to worry about how much gas I have left. So I decide to fill up my tank at this gas station. I ask the staff to fill up my tank. Refueling completed. It seems that this gas station has a cafe attached. I decide to take a break at this cafe. At this cafe, with a great sense of openness, I have a sweet bun and iced coffee. The iced coffee tastes just like it usually does. The sweet bun has the same taste and texture as it looks. There is a chocolate bar inside the bun, which is satisfying and delicious. Now that I think of it, I remember that I have a chronic illness. I decided to take my medication at this cafe. Now, I decided to move on my motorbike. It's 2:52 p.m. I arrived at a massage parlor attached to a hotel. However, it seems that I was too early. It seems that the place hasn't opened properly yet. There are still very few masseuses available. I think I'll wait until night comes. There was something I wanted to do during my stay in Laos. That was to go to a fitness gym in Laos. After searching online, I found a gym that looked good, so I decided to go there. I arrived at the authentic Gym JP Fitness Center in Vientiane. I wanted to work up a sweat at this gym. It seems that the business hours are from 5 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. in the evening. The prices are as follows. I decided to use it for one day. It's a very reasonable price. They also sell drinks in the gym. I bought water. There are many trophies on display in the gym. This place seems to produce talented fitness athletes. I asked the staff if there was a changing room, and she showed me to the restroom. As a result, it appears that there are no changing rooms or shower rooms inside the gym. The gym is 2 stories and quite spacious. And I think they have a fairly good selection of training equipment. There were a lot of people working out inside the gym, so it was crowded. I ended up buying 2 bottles of water. It was 4:58 p.m. I trained for about an hour and 20 minutes. I was tired, but I felt refreshed. By the way, there were a few luxury cars like Mercedes parked in the gym's parking lot. The clientele seemed a bit high class. The one-day price is reasonable, but I think they still have a customer filter in place to keep out the wrong kind of customers. I think this is a gym that even women can use with confidence. I go back to the hotel. I left my key at the front desk today, so my room was cleaned properly. By the way, the old man at the front desk told me earlier, "We'll lock your bike at night, so please let me know when you return." The weather is starting to get a little worse. It might rain tonight. I'll fill my stomach at the nearby night market. I decided to eat at this restaurant. I ordered this ginger chicken with rice and iced coffee. It seems like the rain is getting stronger. Iced coffee. As you can see, it seems a little bland. But it might be good to gulp it down when you're thirsty. The rain is gradually getting stronger. The ginger chicken with rice is brought out. The ginger flavor is nice, delicious. I never thought that ginger and rice would go so well together. By the way, while I was waiting for the food, the waiter confirmed me, "Is it chicken, right? But it seems that it is pork." After finishing my meal, I looked outside and it seemed that the rain had stopped for the time being. It looks like it's still raining today, so I decided to use the Loca car dispatch service to get around. I got in the Loca I arranged. I'm moving. The rain is getting quite strong. I got off the Loca. It's raining so hard that you get soaked as soon as you go outside. It is around 7:40 p.m. The rain was getting weaker, so I walked from where I was sheltering. I arrived at a massage parlor attached to a hotel. I came here around 3 p.m. today. It was closed at around 3 p.m. but it was open now. Here you can see the masseuse directly and choose one. Check out the masseuse at the massage parlor. I confirmed the price with the staff of the massage parlor beforehand just to be sure. The massage fee was 650,000 kip. I noticed a friendly masseuse who was smiling, but I thought that she would be very unfriendly later. However, I had given up. There are so many masseuses like that, it can't be helped. So I decided to ask the masseuse for a massage. I handed the staff of the massage parlor 700,000 kip, but the staff didn't give me my change. I kept saying change, change, give me my change, and got my 50,000 kip change back. I entered the massage room. The masseuse seemed relatively friendly even after entering the room. The masseuse said she was 20 years old, and it was her 5th day working here. However, she had tattoos around her collarbone and on her arms. Judging from her overall behavior, I thought it was 100% a lie that she had been working there for 5 days. I guess that she was a very experienced masseuse who already knew that if I say I've only been working recently, the customers will respond better. The masseuse's body type was generally thin, but her stomach area was a little bulky. She didn't have a toned body. It looked like only her stomach area was old. I tried to stick the suction cups of my octopus to the ladybug that the masseuse keeps. The masseuse doesn't show any reaction. She's obviously a veteran. The masseuse has her hands on her face and always turns her face to the side, so the suction cups of the masseuse's octopus and the suction cups of my octopus can't be stuck together. I think she does it on purpose. The entrance to the cave is overgrown with trees and is very bushy, so it's dark and hard to see. So when I ask to turn on the lights in the room, the masseuse refuses. No matter how many times I negotiate, she says no. The masseuse says that if you want to brighten the lights in the room, you have to pay an optional fee. This took me by surprise. I see. She asks for 200,000 kip. I say it's too expensive and negotiate. In the end, we negotiated for 100,000 kip. I wondered what she meant by "it's only my 5th day working today." She must be a very experienced masseuse. She was a little friendly, so she wasn't the worst masseuse, but to be honest, she was a disappointment. However, the room was brighter, so the dark areas with lots of trees were also brighter, so it wasn't too dark to get lost while exploring the cave. After exploring the cave for a while, a white light started to shine in, and we were able to safely reach the exit of the cave. After the cave exploration, the masseuse quickly went to take a shower. When she came out of the shower, she quickly left the room without even checking on me. I was a little hurt in my wallet and my heart, but I was able to reach the exit of the cave, so I'll call it a success. I decided to leave the room. I managed to escape from the cave. I returned to the hotel using the car dispatch service Loca. It's 8:40 p.m. I'm back at the hotel. I'll try this Beerlao dark beer I bought yesterday. It tastes like a normal dark beer and is delicious. The Beerlao IPA I had yesterday didn't taste much like an IPA, but this has a strong dark beer taste. It has no strange quirks and is easy to drink and delicious. Next I drink the standard Beerlao. It's standard as expected. It has a unique sweetness to it, but it has a crisp, sharp taste. Delicious. The 5th day in Vientiane is over. I feel like I fully enjoyed my trip to Vientiane today, but I only went to the hotel, restaurants, cafes, massage parlors, and gym. I didn't go to many tourist spots on this trip. If I go on a trip like this, I won't be able to tell people I went to Vientiane, because I wouldn't be able to answer if someone asked me, "What did you do in Vientiane? What did you see?" I was thinking about going to look for restaurants called Hanoi and clubs at night, but when night comes, I somehow lose the energy to do anything. Maybe it's because of my age, but this city has an atmosphere that makes me feel like it's better to go to bed early at night. Is this what it feels like to be so-called get stuck? I feel like I'm just floating without any purpose. I don't feel any passion to get excited about anything and do something. I just feel like I'm watching time pass. Well, I'll briefly summarize my impressions of Vientiane here. Since coming to this country, I've often wondered what the law is. Of course, there are traffic rules in this country. But there are a few motorbikes and tuk-tuks driving the wrong way. Although there are laws, in reality, I think that people prioritize immediate happiness. If I point out that someone has broken the traffic rules over immediate happiness, I think they might get angry. If a Japanese person who has never been to Laos asks me, what is Laos like? I thought that the answer it's like going to Japan 100 years ago would be fairly easy to understand. People here live normal lives. There is also a unique culture, customs, and art. Of course, there are hotels, restaurants, cafes, car dealerships, and huge concrete buildings. Many of the conveniences of civilization that came over the sea are used and sold. Everyone lives normal lives. But, how can I put it? I think that common sense and morals can be quite different compared to so-called developed countries. Conversely, I think that there are situations where what we foreigners think is common sense or normal does not apply at all here. You might be thinking that's the culture shock you experience when you go abroad. You're just experiencing culture shock when you go to Laos. But in this country, I feel that there are times when I feel that it's more than just a culture shock. I drank some alcohol today and ended up overthinking a lot of things, which made me use my brain too much. I'm feeling sleepy, so I'll head to bed soon. Thank you for watching. I'm glad if you feel you have tripped. Please subscribe T2 Asia 4V channel. Please leave a comment and thumbs up. Please also super thanks. Please follow me on social media.